Come on. Okay, well, I'll take the armor trim. Hello, my name is Chuck Ross, and we're playing Minecraft. And I have been a little busy. I have been collecting a little bit of the tuff in the area. So I should probably have enough for this next project. But I guess we'll find out. I've got a couple of the rooms down here left to do. And I think there's another one over here down there, and then that one over there. But other than that, we got them all. I have not pulled out any of the diamonds from the walls just because I don't really need them. And I want to collect them all when I finish the whole thing. But let's go up here. I have been collecting quite a bit. Of course, those are the empty ones. And I've got a bunch of boxes already over there, back at the base. A nice amount of copper. One thing that's kind of funny is, for some reason, you've got all of these cut copper blocks that are fully oxidized, and then you just have 17 that are unwaxed. I don't know what that's about. And then 20 of those that are unwaxed as well. I think that was it. Oh yeah, and then a couple of those. Yeah, just weird. But I am here to load up all of these shulker boxes with some more tuff, because I expect I will need quite a bit. But that is not the only thing that I have been busy doing. I have also been doing a little renovations, mountain moving perhaps. So today I kind of want to get to work on this castle and the castle wall. And I think the best way to do that is to sort of combine the two sections where I kind of think they're probably gonna overlap a bit, and do those together. So as you can see, I've already kind of got most of the layout of the wall itself laid out, and I laid it out in stone brick. And I'm gonna go to Creative World and sort of show you what I've changed about this design shortly, but first I kind of want to go over what I've got right now. So obviously I've torn down this mountain, and I have been filling in a bunch of this terrain. That might change as well, because I am thinking about having a little bit more difference between the level that the wall is on and this area over here. There might be a bit of that. It shouldn't be too drastic. One thing that I did want to change is that originally I was going to have this wall come around, follow this blue line over to there, and then kind of follow the sort of dotted stone brick line. And then I made that just a very even curve all the way around. Again, that probably will change as well. We'll find out. I'm not sure yet. But what I ended up doing was I decided a little while ago that I wanted a long straight section where the main entrance to the castle keep, I guess, would be. I'm still not sure about a lot of the terms, so if I misuse them, I'm sorry. But I had decided that I wanted to do a giant straight line, which was going to have the entrance to the castle around here, and then I was just going to bring this wall straight back. And then I was looking at it from somewhere up here and realized that having such like a natural sort of wall around, sort of defining the terrain, and then this one just giant flat section was going to be kind of weird. So that might change. I think for right now, I'm just going to focus on this wall that goes to, say, about here-ish. Maybe this part of the castle. So one thing that I was seeing is that oftentimes you would have like the actual castle or fortress or fortified manor, and quite often that would actually be built as part of the wall. So it might be thicker where the wall sort of surrounds the area, but it was usually, not usually necessarily, but it was quite often connected to each other. So it was like one and the same. So I think I'm probably going to do that on this side. I'm not sure when I'm going to decide that's not the case anymore. I might have to change a little bit about where I want this part of the wall to be. But overall, I do think I'm happy with where the wall is. So maybe there will be a slight gap between them. That might make things interesting. I'm sure I could hide like little secrets behind there. That'd be kind of fun. But let me take you to a Creative World to show you the designs that I was looking at. So here I am in my Creative World. I was playing around with designs for the wall. And this was the general shape that I wanted to go with, but couldn't quite decide some various like minor features about it. And this was playing around with what I wanted the castle itself to look like. This is definitely not what it looks like. This was just a prototype. This was the sort of tower that I built, and this was the wall that I built attached to it. Now, when I first built this, I was like, yes, this is perfect. This is what I want to do. And then I kind of thought about it, and can you spot the problem? Let me know if you figured it out in the comments. But what I realized is that I had actually inadvertently kind of broken the rule that I was trying to use, which is that this darker brick is on the front of the wall and the lighter brick is on the back. So if you're looking at this, it looks good, but because those two blocks are so similar, it kind of muddies parts of it that I don't want to be muddy. So then I built a different version of it. So I extended it up and reversed where the tuff and the brick is, which I think is a significantly better look. I haven't gone through and textured all the brick because that wasn't the point of what I was doing here, but I think this is closer to what it's going to look like, and I think that will give me a lot more play as far as texturing and depth and things go. So that is basically what they should look like. I have also been working on some townhouse stuff, so that'll be fun. So I'm going to go ahead and cover all of this up, and I think we can get started on some of the interesting stuff. Alright, so if we take this, and the wall in my creative is about 10 blocks of the tuff, which I didn't realize forgot I was supposed to count that. Okay, so the exterior wall would be this tall. So let's go over here real quick. Okay, I think that's probably pretty good. That might look a little tall when it comes to there. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to deal with the terrain change, the height difference. I don't think I'm going to have the wall the same height all the way around. I feel like that would look kind of weird. But on the other hand, it's also not a big enough terrain change to necessarily warrant it, so we'll kind of see. Alright, so as of that height... Okay, yeah, that's great. Okay, cool. I was worried that might be too tall to like kind of obstruct any of the stuff that I do inside there, but that's pretty much the perfect height of cutting off like the bottom couple blocks, but not a whole lot more than that. And the castle itself. So actually, back on the wall, I think it'll probably end up being too thick, and then I imagine the platform on top will probably come out a third, so then the castle would probably end up starting on the fourth, if I'm thinking about this correctly. So let's use the regular stone brick to differentiate between the two. So that's front of the wall, and there will be like a parapet there. Walkable ramparts here. And then if we imagine the castle starts here, and let's just say this goes up, call it 20 blocks, so I think I should have 6 left. Let's just take that, see how that looks. Okay. Oh, that could be pretty cool. How much taller is that than the actual watchtower there? It doesn't look like it's too much taller. A bit, for sure. Not that the tower is necessarily supposed to be huge. Call it another 5 or so. Man, it's been so long since I've genuinely built like a castle. Everything else has been, you know, little individual buildings. I'm gonna have to get back into the swing of this. This is gonna be interesting. So I think maybe we should work on the design of the castle itself, and then I can kind of work on where the walls need to go around that. I have a bunch of stone brick right around here, I think. Nope, I cleaned that out. Okay. So if this is the main section of... I'm thinking this is like the giant courtroom. So I want this to be a pretty decent size. So I imagine this will come out probably... I don't know. It's pretty big. So I'm kind of imagining close to like 20 on each side. So this will be 41 total width, I think. Okay. I guess we'll just try to frame this and see if that looks about like a decent size. Alright, so I've got this main section of the castle sort of framed. That's pretty good. I feel like too much bigger. That would be obscene. Obscenely large. So for now, let's just assume this is a square. So this is going to be 25 by 25. So we will just take this all the way forward. Okay, so for a courtroom, that is definitely too small. I like the general width of it, but I think it definitely needs to come out probably another 10. So it's going to be 25 by 35, if this is the correct assumption. Let's give that a try. It has been a minute since I've sort of freeformed something on the go. This will be interesting. Okay, that feels better. Does it still feel kind of small? I do have quite a bit of room here, but I think if I went too much bigger, I don't know. Okay, I think I'm going to bring it out another 5. I might go in every direction, I think. No, because from this angle, that's definitely... If I went too much wider, I think that would be too big. So I think that's probably going to have to be it. I swear I have 1,000,000 stone bricks around here somewhere. That is definitely not 1,000,000. Oh. Yep. I know where I have 1,000,000 stone bricks. I will definitely have to fix that. I was like, where'd all my stone bricks go? I know I had a bunch. Yeah, of course I did. I still do. They're just currently in my way. So this is as wide as it's going to be. I think I can extend it another 5. That shouldn't be too weird. After a lot of internal back and forth, I decided I should probably just sketch this out on a screenshot. So that's what I did. Let me show you what I've done. So here we have a screenshot from the top down of the area that I want to put this castle in. And I've got this little area here, which is where I was originally going to put the throne room. And then I realized that there's like individual rooms that I want to add. And the best way for me to do this is to think of the rooms that I want to put in this castle and then figure out where they would go. So let me show you what I came up with. And excuse my artistic abilities. I did this in Microsoft Paint, so this is what we got. We have the main hall, which is the area that originally was kind of back here a little bit farther. We have the larger area surrounding it. We have a dining hall, kitchen, atrium, so that's going to be like a little walled garden. We have another square here that I put in there. We'll see if that stays there or not. This room here, and then the guards, a couple of guard stations around, some stables for both entrances. I'm imagining a nice little area for carriages to come in, and then like dignitaries or something can walk in from here. So I'll have like a nice little entryway for that. And I sent this to my brother, asking for his opinion, and he said it looks very cluttered and chaotic, and asked if I could give him a skyline drawing of what that would look like. So I did that. This is the base that I have, and then sort of off of memory, kind of referencing a little bit, I came up with this, which, again, I'm not the best artist, but also MS Paint is not the best medium, so that's a thing. These towers are going to be like on the corner, like probably kind of here actually. I'm not entirely sure, but it's not like in the background exactly. It's significantly more in the forefront. And those ones will be around the same spot on the same building. So this is, I think, what I'm going to go with. I don't know if the guard tower is going to be that tall. We'll find out. So let me take you to where I've been trying to make the layout. So I have been doing a little bit of layout so that I can save some time. And this is kind of what we're looking at. So there are portions of this castle that are going to run up right against the wall, which is perfectly fine with me. That is not uncommon. And I think giving the fact that it won't be continuous all the way across, that there will be places where that's not the case, I think it'll look kind of cool. So let me walk through a little bit of the process that I went through with designing some of the layout, which is still, as of right now, just a layout. So my thought was, starting from the sort of throne room, I want a place for the king to be able to go that isn't just like off into the public. So he would need some sort of like back room, which is what I've got here, and probably a little bit here as well. And then also he could come over this way and go to the little atrium, or they could go this way to dining hall or dance hall, just, meeting room thing. And then I think that's about all I've got laid out right now, but I think this is going to be a bit larger of a project than I realized. When I started actually putting it out in blocks, I was like, this is going to be big. This is going to be a lot of work. So for right now, I think we're just going to work on the wall, at least this section here, and I will show you what that's going to look like. So as of right now, the tough wall should be about 10 blocks tall, I think is what I decided. Now, for this section, I think it might make more sense to just have this all the same height. So I guess this side is going to be 11 tall. But I think that's fine. So next I need to go and grab my decorating blocks. So for tough, that's going to be just the polished tough and the rough tough. And now we're just going to come in and do a little bit of this. That feels about good. I might come in here and tweak it a little bit later, but for now, that's good. Alright, so now we come in and do a couple of pieces of rough tough, scattered around a little bit less frequently. And now the upper layer, I should probably figure out a better way to do this, because as of right now, this is fine, it works, it's just, I definitely think that it could be more efficient. And I think there's a vacuum around here that one could go. Alright, let's take a look at that. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now we come in with the stone brick. So we're going to need a couple of mossy stone bricks and some mossy cobblestone. I think, so on my mock-up, I had the sort of supports every 3. So this one would go here, and then 1, 2, 3, the next one would go here. I think I might try that, but I also might try I might skip every other one. Oh, I think 3 is probably good. We'll give it a try. Let's see, this one I think will be the one that comes out 2. So let's go you there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I need stairs. I think we'll just go with a regular one there. And then I need you guys. Let's see, I think we're gonna go one more step. And I think we'll go a regular cobble one. And then we got 1, 2, 3. And from there we'll have to do space, upside down stair, space, upside down stair, and I'll have to get the rest of that a little bit farther on, but how does that look for now? That looks pretty good. And yeah, I'm just gonna do that over and over again. This one, so you got the wide ones and then you got the skinny ones, kind of like the pillars on that thing over there. I'm just gonna swap between the two. So here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. This is so good. Now, what's the best way to do this that takes up the least amount of time? Maybe pillars, stairs, that, and then top? I feel incredibly silly because I just recorded my first time reaction to this without actually recording it. But here we go. Look at this. It's so good. I'm missing a thing there. Okay. But look at this. Oh, it is. Oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh. I'm so pleased with this. There are a couple of things that I'm going to change, or I have changed, and let me tell you about it. I am not going to be doing the sticky outy bit every other thing. I think it's just fine to have the single tall pillar rather than the one that comes out a little bit more. That is, I found unnecessary, I think. And I think the diagonals are going to be interesting. I am toying with the idea of shifting the wall whenever it comes up on like this corner here, because it feels a little awkward to have it like this, but also, honestly, it's not bad. It's not like super ugly, it's just a little noticeable. So, I don't know. I might just leave it because it genuinely doesn't look terrible. So, I think I'm just going to let it go. So yes, I'm going to continue the wall up until probably a little past the corner on this second sticky outy bit. So, if we go into cheat cam for a second, the main building, I guess, the main building itself I'm going to try to get the wall past there at least. And I'm going to do that on the other side as well. I am so incredibly pleased with myself. All right, I got a little bit more of that up. Let's take a look at that. Oh, it's so good. Man, the more I add, the better it's going to look. And it's, so good. Oh, one little detail that I do want to add is I want to take out that top block in the middle and replace that with a stair. 1, 2, 3 here. So one thing that they used to do on medieval castles is they would have these little cutouts so that if an enemy was trying to get up close to it, they could just start pouring boiling oil down on the people, which is, it's great. Great times. That one definitely looks weird, but that looks wrong. Why does that, what's wrong with that? 1. Oh, I counted weird there, didn't I? I did. Oh. I could split the difference and just put one there, because otherwise I'd have to cut down the ones that I already put and then move them over. But as a whole, I mean, it's great. It's actually genuinely pretty straightforward as far as like a build goes. It's just the texturing is a little rough. It's a lot of different pieces you gotta keep track of. But overall, man, I am really looking forward to having this thing finished. That's gonna be beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh! Now, unfortunately, I was really hoping to be able to get to this castle facade by the end of this episode, but it's just not gonna happen. The amount of work that went into just that one little section of wall was a lot more than I thought, but I will have plenty of stuff to do off camera, just building up this wall, and it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure, though, so I'm looking forward to it. But to give you a little bit of an idea of the kind of thing that we're building here, this is kind of the framing that it's going to look like. So if you can picture the rest of it in your mind, spoilers, I guess. But in the meantime, I gotta say thank you so much for watching. I've been Chuck Ross, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!